welcome to the 7 o'clock news on the Isolation Channel. I'm Hayley Small and you're watching Quarantine News. Tonight, a special on bushfire relief. Is the government doing enough to help those affected? And how long will the clean-up take for those on the road to recovery? We now cross live to our reporter Sadie Hall, who has an interview with a local RFS volunteer. Sadie. Thank you, Hayley. I'm here with the local RFS volunteer Jason Small, who helped fight the fires last summer. Hello.
Hello.
What do you think of the government's response to the fires so far?
Oh, I think they've responded fairly well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Yeah, no, I think they've started to implement a few changes with the Royal Commission and all that, putting that into processes straight away. Yeah,
yep. So
it's a good action.
Mm-hmm. Now, can you describe how your allocated resources affected your performance?
They were stretched, to say the least. We could always do with a few more resources, but they appear to be actioning that as well.
Yeah. Can you describe how you felt when you were fighting the fires?
We had a few different emotions. Worried, scared, providing enough feedback or not just resources on the fire ground. Yeah, it was like, will we coping? Yeah.
Now, businesses have been affected by the fires and now they've been affected by coronavirus. Can you describe how you feel about the government's response to businesses affected?
Businesses affected seem to be going okay. I think they've responded fairly well towards that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining me here today. Back to the studio. Thank you, Sadie. The fires have affected everybody in Australia, including small business owners. The government has recently announced that they will release $650 million worth of grants to support small business owners back on their feet. The grants include one for small businesses of up to $10,000 if eligible and are in fire-affected local government areas, a recovery grant of up to $50,000 for eligible small businesses and non-profit organisations, and concessional loans of up to $500,000 for eligible small businesses, which can include primary producers and non-profit organisations. Caitlin Campbell is a small business owner in the local town of Bomaderry. I caught up with her earlier. Hello, I'm joined here today with Caitlin Campbell, who's a small cafe owner here in Bomaderry. Thank you for joining me. Now, can you tell me how the fires impacted you?
Well, they have impacted me quite severely. Because of the fires, we didn't have enough money to keep the cafe open, so we had to temporarily close it.
Mm-hmm. Can you elaborate a bit on that?
Well, the government was not handing out any funding at the time, so we just didn't have enough money.
Mm-hmm. Now, because you suffered such loss, is the government providing you now with enough money?
Yes, the government has just come out with some grants that I've been able to take advantage of. We have recently been able to reopen the cafe.
Mm-hmm. Now, in saying that, there are obviously businesses that weren't eligible for the grants. Do you think there's enough awareness about those small businesses?
No, I think the government should be helping everyone, not just some. And if the government isn't going to do anything, I think us as a community should.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you for joining me here today. Unfortunately, we weren't able to touch on everything tonight. We missed out on a few reports such as the New Princess Highway, homelessness and school funding, and a lot more. But we'll be able to get to them in our next bulletin. But for now, we leave you with images of the recent bushfire crisis. I'm Hayley Small. Good night, Australia.